Welcome everyone along to round 4. We're in COTA. It's Supercharged Motorsports, sponsored by ACC Drive, and it is qualifying at the minute. We are on board, should I say? We're car number 54, Estambuga, Samuel, and in that lovely Nissan, as the Americans say. It's going to be a good race this evening. Technical track. Everybody seems to hate COTA except for me, which is hilarious. So I'm really loving hearing that people are getting tortured. So it's going to make for some entertaining racing this evening. At the minute, no lap set in anger just yet. Possibly Morris Bouton is on the first fastest laps. It looks like he is. So we'll stay with Morris, and I suppose while Morris is there, we're proud to say he's signed up with Supercharged Motorsports Racing Team as well. So hopefully he'll be sporting those colours soon enough, with a 206.682 being the very first time on that board. I'm assuming now Bartolucci will be coming across the line, so we jump on with B Dunn. So Barry Dunn in his Ferrari coming through now into the last sector. And yeah, quite a warm COTA as well. Optimal conditions, 30 degrees air temp, 35 degrees on the track as well. So it's gonna make for some fun action this evening. Hopefully anyone who's watching, you are enjoying the stream, and say hello, and don't be afraid to banter away. I'll do my best to look at all the comments as they come in too. And now as Dunn goes across the line, 207.9 for him. Jump on next with Vergao. So Marco Vergao up next. Let's see what he's going to do. I'm going to mess around with my mic just to move it into a different position for a change. Now, that's a little bit easier, I think. Now, let me see. So he's doing a decent job there. Coming up now to the last corner. Just don't take too much of that curb. Oh, he did. He took just enough that it's going to slow him a bit. Still gets a decent exit. Alright, live wire, what is the crack? Hopefully you're doing well. As Vergao puts himself up into P5 for the minute. Obviously, quite a few drivers yet to put in a time. I'm going to jump on next with Andre Batek, a fan favourite, sitting in P28 at the minute though. But again, we're only getting going in qualifying. It's a long lap here when you're in the GT3s. Massive understeer from Batek. He turned in way too early, got the rear a little bit out, but so this won't be his overall fastest lap. I'm sure he'll be getting going again, and tyres as well is going to be a massive issue here. And Batek puts himself up into 11th. Jumping on now with Sciotto, the Italian stallion himself, the second last corner. You need to really take that early curve, cut it just enough, keep the power down and build up. But let's see, he's going to cross the line for a decent lap here. Sciotto puts himself up into P5 at the minute. Jumping on now with Terriotto next. So Giuseppe here, quite a few Italian drivers as you see here this evening. And he is racing there. That's a nice exit there. The Porsche, you can get on the power quite early. Great rear traction. Obviously in the early part of the races they do tend to eat their tyres a little bit. And with Terriotto crossing the line, that was a nice lap there up at the P11. But JS Mystery, provisional pole at the minute at 206.032, and his now teammate Morris Bouton is a 206.232. So both of them are Supercharged Motorsport drivers, so quite proud to see our boys leading the way at the minute. Doesn't mean they will be leading the way the whole way through. Greshmal coming around there will be looking to get a time in as well. Nathan Warren also. Live wire, now that you have a PC, you should be jumping into our old ACC league. It's very good fun indeed, and I can even make you a custom livery, mate. As this is Nathan Warren going, well, he's still a bit away to put a bit of time in as well. So we'll see how that goes. And actually something unplanned that I want to have a look at now as well. Just bear with me. Let me see. I'm just going to get something up. So we'll just stay on here with him at the minute while I do this. This actually wasn't planned. I just thought about it there. Now it's popped into my head. Now, normally I don't advertise other leagues that I may not be fond of. But there is a race happening soon enough. And I'm just going to open that up to save that image. If I haven't already, no, I haven't, right. So I'm going to open this here now. Hopefully it opens up, right. It's opening up here for some reason in GIMP. I don't know why it's opening up in GIMP for whatever reason, but I'm going to put it onto the screen now in a second. So it's going to look proper amateur, but I don't really care. I just want to advertise it. So unfortunately, there's a driver in a league that I used to be an admin in before I decided to leave and set up Supercharged Motorsports. And that driver unfortunately has been diagnosed with about 6 months to live due to cancer. And to be honest about it, you know, nobody... it's a hard thing to even fathom that this person in particular is actually able to discuss this, and he's asked for the team and his own team, as I'm putting up on screen there now, from ERA, so he used to be in a league with Drive for Dean, it's called. He's not doing any raising money, he's not doing any of that, he just wants to race and have a very good time and put things kind of out of his mind and have a great race. Look, that's been supported by Vroom Vroom from the other leagues, DGS, or I think it's Mets, and then of course ERA. It's on the 20th of April. It's a 6-hour spa. There'll be a full live broadcast, and you can have a team of 1 to 5 drivers. And I recommend anybody who loves sim racing get signed up into that there as well. Let me see, do I have the link as well to advertise the link? I probably wouldn't be able to advertise it very easy, but bear with me. I just want to give it a little go. This, as I say, is really not planned. I just came into my head as it was brought to me there last week. So let me see now, am I able to add this in? As you can tell, great at on the fly work. Done. So where is that? That's here. So this is the link. Whoa. Jeez, that's a long one. So if you go onto that URL there, please do get involved, get a team registered up, and race for the love of sim racing and for the love of racing being a community. And I think that's kind of a thing that a lot of us do forget. We might have our fallings out with drivers, we might, you know, get pissed off with others. Like, even for me, I was pissed off with certain things in ERA, and that's why I left. Never fell out with Christian, and, you know, I think highly of Christian. Not highly about 1 or 2 drivers in there for whatever reason, but, you know, we got to put things aside. So, look, Dean, I don't know you personally, but, you know, I wish you the very best, and I wish your family the very best. And we're definitely going to enter at least 1 team in. And we hope that everyone else gets involved. And look, at the end of the day, don't forget, everyone behind a name on Discord or a name in a race, there is a person, there is a real life where we all go through different trials and tribulations. So don't forget that as well. So yeah, look, Dean, we wish you the best here in Supercharged Motorsport. And we will do anything that's needed in terms of that broadcast as well. So I just wanted to share that there with everybody and take a minute to talk about it. As I say, it was thrown together, as you see there. The link is there. Get that URL, type it in, get registered up with a team, and get jumped into that. So I'm just going to take that off the screen now, and I will add that back in later on, as I think that's quite important as well. So yeah, Just wanted to get that out of the way. So back into the qualifying now, and I'll put that URL and poster up at the end again. So back into the racing, guys. Sorry we were stuck on with the one driver. Let's see what's happening up the front. So JH down to a 205.862. He has improved. Morris Bhutan hasn't improved, but he is improving a little bit this lap. Also improving is K. Pavlov. Konstantin Pavlov as well is improving there for the AAA Club car. And let's see what he can do. I know a few people are pulling in. I'm going to give it another go. Let's see how we get on. So let's see how we get on with that one there. So Pavlov still up about 2/10 at the minute. So Pavlov here, if he's up 2/10, is going to get him up into P4, jumping Mr. Aaron Holloway. But he's no one else behind. Is massively improving. B1 was actually up a few tenths. We'll keep an eye on that. Batek's up a second, but Batek's massively off where I was expecting Batek. So it'll be interesting to see later on in his lap where he is as Constantine comes across the line now and does jump Aaron Holloway by 0.047 of a second. Now, right behind him crossing the line, that looks... Whoa, where are we now? Oh, no. There we go. Batek crossed the line there. So he gets up at the P20. He's still a lot more off the pace. Andre, what's going on with you today, brother? Maybe this mightn't be a strong track. Look at this, though. Samuel Hambu getting to this side again. What a legend. Gotta love this guy. Up in P6, starting a fresh lap. And it'll be interesting to see how we get on with that one there as well. Love that livery. So Pryor's in the pits. Nathan Warren is in the pits as of yet. Fargo is in the hot lap, but he's down quite a bit. Scioto is only starting his lap now after doing an out lap. Usmanov on an out lap as well. Well, he invalidated, so he's on an out lap. And on Friday, I honestly absolutely love that livery. He is there on... He's on a lap, but he's down time, so I'm sure he's maybe just kind of floating around just to try and get the tyres within the temps, but not too over either. Gravchmal needs to get back out there. T. Dunn needs to get a lap in as well. He's not set a time yet as well. So that should be quite interesting. So JH Mystery still leading the charge at 205.4 now from JH Mystery. That was phenomenal. Although I have to say one thing, Morris Bhutan actually still has the fastest first sector and second sector, but JH by about half a second, actually exactly half a second, is quicker than Morris Bhutan in the third sector, which is huge. Otto doing a good job there as K. Pavlov up into P2. What a dude. Absolutely out of nowhere. Gets in there to P2 at the minute. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. I don't think he's going to go out again. He still does have time if he can get with the pits quickish. Now Otto only starting his lap. We'll come back to him later on. As at the minute, Fabio Gallimani up about 3.5 tenths. Could jump him up quite a few spots as well. As he crosses the line, where does Fabio go? Up into P15. Gets up 2 extra positions there. Not too shabby. Reshank here is actually up quite a mountain of time. So it'll be interesting to see now with the traffic ahead. Is that going to put him off? Will he get any dirty air? I know the Beamer won't be as susceptible as the likes of a McLaren where your car nearly drop off the face of the earth with a car ahead of you. He just needs to get that beautifully done, and he does. Now, he's lost a little bit of time, but he's gained a little bit back on the exit, but he's still going to jump up into P20 now, and on Friday, just ahead of him. So, T. Dunn needs to get a lap in. He's not set a lap yet. Morris Bhutan is up half a second at the minute. Go on the Morris. Absolutely delighted to have him on our team as well. Aaron Holloway, I've not given you much time, bro, but I do see you're on an out lap at the minute, so although you've stopped and gone back to the pits, I think you've given up on it. Morris Booten, what can you do here? What can you pull out of the bag? Scuto as well, he's a bit behind you, is up about half a second. Loads of people are improving here at the minute. I'm not going to be able to stay on with everyone. This could be a jump though for P2 for Morris Booten. Is there anyone else ahead of him at the minute? No, we're going to stay on with Morris. I'm going to try and jump on with everyone in due course. But actually, Otto, just about to cross the line. He is going to be up maybe about a tenth or so, but it's not going to be enough. So we'll jump back on to Morris and we'll see what he can do here now. Needs to set up this beautifully. Oh, he uses that slide there as well to kind of gain a bit of traction as well. That was quite nicely done. Using the TC to his advantage. Keeping it nice and smooth there as well. Not overly cutting the curbs there as well. Using too much of the apex. Sets himself up beautifully there. Loses a bit of time though. Not as fast as previous laps. Now, how nice can he get that? Oh, that's beautifully done. Lovely exit there as well. Still up about half a second. Should be enough for P2, and it is. He's about 3.5 tenths off JH Mystery there. Now jumping down here, Scuto is up still about 3 tenths. This could drop him up into P7, P6. Probably P7 if he's able to keep up. About 2 tenths though. He's lost a bit of time coming out there. And he is in P11. Is he going to stay in P11 though? No, he jumps to P10. Yuki Farmer, I can't wait for you to come back racing either, mate. Oh, he's Manoff next. He's up half a second. Still got a good bit of a lap to go. Further ahead, though, Bartolucci's up about 7 tenths of a second. Andre Batek's now up half a second nearly. People are still improving, and that's it. They cannot make an error now. They make an error. That's qualifying over. Bartolucci up 8 tenths of a second here. This dude is on one. Takes that a bit wide and is losing time. I've noticed that it was way too wide. He's given up. Oh no, why did he give up? He had... Wow. He's about a second off where he should be. Usmanov though, not giving up at all. This could put him in the mix, possibly up to top 6, 7, 8. I don't know. It just depends on how it goes. Probably about 12th. He lost a bit in the last corner there. We're going to jump over Andre Batek. This could pop him up in and around to the 15, 16th mark. If he gets this corner even better, it could be higher. Not a bad effort from Andre Batek here. And 16th he goes. And guys, no, it's not qualifying over yet. Mr. Samuel is giving it everything one more time. I love it. Oh, what a dude. That's a nice exit of the corner. He's going to improve his time, but not improve position. But that was a great effort there. But JH is absolutely flying out there this evening. A 205.425 for the Supercharged Motorsport driver. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. Wilson's out in a lap there, but it doesn't count. I suppose while we're waiting for the next bit to go, I'm going to again just advertise what I was discussing earlier on. So this is a race for Dean. He is a guy who races over in another community I was a part of, Era, with he raced in DGSR, and then I think Vroom Vroom are looking after this. It's on the 20th of April. It's on Spa. You can have a team of 1 to 5 drivers. The URL is there, the HTTP. Register up on Assetto Hosting and get in there and race and celebrate racing and celebrate life with Dean, as he got some terrible news. And yeah, just want to keep advertising that as much as I can over the next few streams, even though it's nothing to do with us. But we just want to give the support to that as well. So yeah, just you know, life is always fragile, so enjoy it while we can. And that's why I always do say, as much as we do get pissed off with other drivers, you got to think, what are they going through? Whoa. You have to think, what are they going through in life? And sometimes people forget that games are only games. Obviously, sim racing, it doesn't feel like a game you're racing, but you got to put it in perspective. And a lot of times, even I don't put things into perspective as well. And sometimes I can be quite easily annoyed or peed off in life, be it in work or elsewhere. But yeah, let's have a look at what's happening here now. So the guys should not be using chat, as we do have a rule against that. They all know at this stage that I'm messing with my mic. So don't mind if hearing any clunking. I'm trying to just get the position of it right, because I'm going to try it in a different position for a change. Yeah, Booton doing a great job there. And the great thing is, Yucky, we've signed him for the Supercharged Motorsport team as well. So I'm absolutely over the moon that Booton did so well. So we'll jump on with JS. And what we'll do is the usual, running through all the cars. And I'll just make sure that that's disabled. Yeah, that's disabled. Right, so let's go. So I'm just going to open up this as well before we go any further. Oh shit, wrong thing. As you can tell, great language out myself. I don't know why that's happening the way it's happening, but it is. Right, I'm not going to remember everyone's name. I'm just going to run through it because I'm tired. I rushed in late for more to do. So Jesh is in pole position. Morris Bhutan is in second position. Then we've got Pavlov in third position. Otto's in fourth. We have Aaron Holloway in fifth. Probably one of my favourite liveries I've made. Sixth, then we have Ambuga in that beautiful, beautiful looking livery. I think that was by Aaron Sparks. P7 by Mr. Slavengo. P8 for Pryor. I honestly still love the Aston Martin livery. It's very, very cool. Then we have then a P9, Nathan Warren, of course. Nathan, top class driver, and actually races in era as well, the other community where that event is happening for Dean. Then in P10 is G Sciutto. Then in P11 we've got Vergo. I'm going to get that name wrong as always. Then we have Usmanov next in P12. P13 then we have P Dunn. P14 is Wilson, and I absolutely love that livery. And if he takes it Aaron Holloway, I will make sure he gets no penalty. Just saying, Mr. Wilson. Then we have G Toretto next with Mr. Andre Batak sporting that number 1. Then we have Jay Wilson next. And alongside Jay, we've got Fabio Galamani. Then behind Fabio Galamani, we've got G Krasespi. Then Adam Friday beside him. Obviously, I've said it a million times. I love that livery. This was awesome. Absolutely awesome off the Repsol car. Then we have Ratchtank next with it looks like Bartolucci. Then we have Mr. Andy Polycott there. Then after Polycott, that is absolutely no clue because I don't know all the names. So after Polycott, that's M. Casale. Then we're going to go into Reinhardt and Shelby. So we've got Reinhardt there, Shelby there. And then the final two, because I didn't look at the names altogether because I'm brutal, it's Grauschmal and Dunn. Yeah, Dunn never set a lap as well, so unfortunately for Dunn, that's how it goes. But yeah, as you can tell, tonight I've been very, very prepped for the race. And I'm going to try and start the race either for my, but just actually having it on like this. Probably won't work out at all, but it still would look awesome if you ask me. But yeah, it should be quite interesting. Yeah, honestly, get involved, and if you can't use the URL that I had in the picture, just ask me for the link and I will send the link in Discord as well. And get registered for Dean. I know we will be representing a team into it there. I'm just talking with the team about who's going to represent us. We're only going to represent for a bit of fun for this one because that's what I think it's aimed for, is fun and celebrating life. So I won't be going in looking for competitiveness there. It's just going to be a bit of crack. So even I might race in that one. Looking forward to the race this evening. COTA, 90 minutes. It's going to be tough, especially if you're in a Porsche. Definitely, at least with this, it's 2 mandatory pit stops this evening. Fuel is only mandatory, but it can be a splash and dash. So, you know, if there shouldn't be a pit window as well, if I remember right, I've gotten rid of that. And it should be just simply a matter of if you have an incident, you can use a splash and dash to kind of get rid of it. Or, you know, later on in the race, if you have an incident, you change for tyres, and then for whatever reason you have another incident and change for tyres as well, you can just go with that too. So we're just about to get going. You're going to see the cars coming around, and it'll be lights out and Aaron Holloway as a whole. So let's wait for them to come around and we'll get into it then. Of course, on with JS straight away. All the cars revving the living nipples out of the cars, getting them off the line. So let's see how we go. Oh, COTA. Sorry, copying the old American accent. Here we go. 90 minutes of COTA. May God have mercy on you all. Oh, 37 degrees track temperature as well. That's gonna be torture. So JS from Morris, from Pavlov, and we're just about to get going, and we are away. Looks like JS got a good one. He's got the inside line already. People are trying to swap behind. On with JS there into the first corner as we go. It looks like he's gotten through right. It looks like even further back everyone is okay. Oh, I was going to say everyone's okay. No, we're not. There's a few cars spun around. So somehow B Dunn got spun. Vergwell. Let me have a look at race control really quick. Let's get a replay of this one here. So Dunn spun himself. Oh, that was just... Oh my God. Just the ripple effect on the guys then. But look, everyone's going, which is the main thing. Grauschmal is not going. Falls an incident there, but it looks like everything's going alright for Andre Batak. He is up into P12 now at the minute, fighting with S. Wilson. Wilson, though, holding ahead. Batak, though, getting aggressive going on the inside. Wilson can do the switchback. He can't, though, because it looks like that was Gallimani then going to try and stick it in there. So Batak's got that move done and is now toned Wilson down the straight there. Slavin go ahead. Has got by Pryor. Nathan Warren's got by Scioto. And it's all out. Slavin Godo has Nathan Warren on the inside. Oh, the Aston Martin gets it wrong. He hits Nathan Warren. Has to drop off though. So Nathan will have a slight bit of damage there from that as well. But it looks like Slavin has avoided it. Although Pavlov's just had a bit of a moment. Let's go back and see what's happened with Pavlov. So... was it just he ran wide? There was a bit of a touch there. Did Aaron Holloway get up the inside of him then? Aaron does get the better drive. Does he keep it though? It's going to go back. No, he doesn't keep it. Right, so let's jump on now Wilson as he gets by Gallimani. Absolutely on it here tonight. So Otto now has Pavlov, Holloway and Buga right behind them. A 2.4 second gap down to Slavin Go. Slavin Go has a train. Absolute train behind him. Look at that. But Nathan Warren though, oh look at this from Nathan up the inside. Does he get the job done? He's going to, he just needs to hold on. Slavin was trying to do the cutback, but Nathan's just done enough there. And that Boatley I think should have the pace on Slavin, and now Nathan can try to develop that. But look at that grip the Porsche has for directional changes. That's why it's called a Boatley. Tiny bit of understeer, but Nathan though will get through. Of course we're running the correct bop here as well. Oh, Wilson's had a bit of a moment, gone off. Let's see what happened to him. Did he just get a little bit sideways? Yeah, the rear just locked up a little bit in him. And that was from probably running onto the marbles. There shouldn't be too many earlier on, but at least he's back going, and that's the main thing there. As we are on now with Samuel Mbuga. And boom, away he goes there. Still sitting in P6 after that great start. Andre Batik now, after getting another move. He's loving going up the inside there. Andre Batic now up in the P9. Slavengo just ahead of him by about 2 seconds. Sciuto just behind Pryor. Galamani. Looking back, T-Done is in the pits. Gravishmall next. Adam Friday lost a few positions there as well. But them guys are racing each other there. So let's see what they can do and come back. And that's the joys of having that splash and dash. Get your bit of damage fixed and away you go again for the second goal. Oh, that's a nice move there from Reshank on Reinhardt. But Reinhardt, though, is going to try and fight this one back. And Reshank giving him loads of room. There's plenty of respect there with these drivers. And look at that. Gets the move done. He dictates the corner now as well. That looks like Toretto there behind. And then Andy Polycott as well looking to get involved. Mr. Polycott's been massively impressing me the last few races as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now with this as I look at Jay Wilson and Galamani. Jay Wilson's got the job done. Castile, though, going backwards when we jump on with him. Let's go back to see what happened there. Was it just a matter he lost it under his own steam? Oh, Jesus. He definitely licked the stamp in Santa and brought himself to destination. Fuck there. Morris Boutan is catching up though with JS Mystery up front. JS thinking that he's going to have an easy day today. Doesn't seem to be the case for him. JS goes in there. So Morris, and then you've got Holloway being a cork in the bottle as well with Pavlov and Samuel Ambuga behind. Then Sciuto right behind Pryor as well. Pryor though going straight into the defensive line. That reminds me of the line I would take if there was a car following me. I'd make the other people go on the outside line. And that Aston has some legs, doesn't it? Beautifully, beautifully done there. He didn't need to go as defensive, but then again, better to be safer than sorry there. Polycott versus Stefan Reinhardt. Reinhardt going for a quicker exit on the corner, but Polycott can dictate it because he's sitting there like a big stone wall. He's going to have to think of something better than try to get Polycott like that. So moving back though, Wilson and Galamani have swapped positions just off camera there. Pavlov is under pressure there, and Morris Bouton's nearly 3 seconds off JS Mystery now, so Morris must have had a moment that has been missed off camera. I'll see, can I pull that back? Morris Bouton, number 707, there's nothing on that there, so we won't be able to go back to that one. Pryor's also had a slight bit of a moment there. It dropped 2 positions, but as you can see, it's all side-by-side stuff here. Oh, if he's patient. If he's patient. Nah, there's nothing he could do there. It is what it is. Great to see them in tandem like this. You can see the rear on Sciuto, or is that... That was Jay Wilson. Just the rear of his car was really starting to jump out there. Usmanov as well, all over the back of Sciuto. They're absolutely on the limit here going into this turn there. Does he go keep on the inside? He does. Is the cutback on the work? Look at that there from Pryor. And we know that Aston Martin has beans. Aston just might take a place here. Probably won't take 2. Although look at the top end speed of that. Ferrari's braking later. Ferrari needs to give room. That is poo-poo time, but he gets away with it. Wow. I thought Pryor was going to have him there. Shelby has Toretto, Renshank, Renhart, and Andy now in a bit of a train right behind him. So let's see. Ooh, as that was Renhart who's got the braking slightly wrong. Krzyzewski and Bidon around a second off each other. Nathan Warren, I'm sure, wants to catch up with the Nissan, seeing the two classic cars driving, but he's going to have to be patient. And Samuel is doing a phenomenal job, mate. He's just doing so well. It's what we love to see. Looking elsewhere on the track at the minute, Bhutan is about... Yeah, he's about 3 seconds off, so he's not going to be worrying too much at the minute with JS Mystery. And Aaron Holloway then in P4, about 2 seconds off Photo, and about 2 seconds back then to Pavlov as well. But let's see. I'm going to stay on with Scioto here for a minute. Because he's Pryor all over the back of him now. I know he's about 0.9 of a second off Usmanov, but Pryor is putting pressure on. I really do love the front of the Aston Martin. It's just a super aggressive looking car. It's like a dart. I absolutely love it. We're not able to do enough yet. Oh, Reinhardt and Shelby. Side by side now. Reinhardt got the job done. Shelby's jumped in behind now. What can Andy Polycott do here? If he can do anything. He's 0.4 of a second off. Takes it a little bit wider. Oh, I think Andy Polycott might have the measure of Shelby. We'll see though how that develops, because it's easy catching a car, getting by them sometimes it's harder. As the Wilson fam, as I'll call them, fighting away and out. Both in the BMWs. Scioto there, Giuseppe in P11, 0.4 of a second off. He's man off still. Drive through penalty for car 80. That's T done. Jesus. He won't be too happy, but sure, look, at least he can get the head down anyway. JS has pulled out 3.5 seconds now, so JS, absolutely love you, but we're not going to be on with you because we're going to stay on with the racing. Obviously, I want to, of course, advertise my team drivers, but at the same time, we got to be fair and keep the eye on the action. And I prefer looking at action than looking at a leader. And as I'm sure people watching this stream would prefer to be looking at the action as well. Whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch, we're delighted to have you watching. Whether you watch it live or watch it back, it is very much appreciated. If you're on YouTube though, smash the like button please. As Pryor got the move done on Scioto and now should be able to pull a bit away, although Scioto's looking for a bit of a toe, but I think he's too far back to go for the brake move, although it looks like he's trying to. Jesus. Yeah, they got away with it, but they're side by side here. And Pryor doing the right thing now. He needs to really shut that door and then focus on setting up the next corner for himself. Great job there. And see that Scioto has to stick behind. Lovely stuff there from the two boys. And yeah, just happy doing a great... Oh, John Wilson. Oh. Both Wilson brothers have had a moment. Did they hit each other? The gooses. Up the inside he goes. It was never going to happen there. So, to be fair, That was Jay Wilson's fault, unfortunately. Andre Batek's had a moment as well, but is back going. Oh, battle of the oldies. So Samuel and Nathan wins a second of striking distance now. This will just be juicy because it's two nice older cars. And a lot of people don't like this car simply for that reason. It's a right-hand drive. But listen to it. Now it revs for days. Not a bit of sweat coming off Nathan Moran there. Not a bit. Just enjoy the sound of that. It's absolutely unbelievable. This is the fastest part of the track. Beautifully done there by Nathan. Keeping that job lovely. Now we've got Samuel next as well. Oh, Nathan Moran's really catching Samuel at a right in knots now, which could develop to be quite nice. We'll stick on with this battle for a few minutes. So it's kind of sticking where it is at present, so it is what it is. Jumping on now, Pavlova next, as we call him. Usmanov actually gets the better of Batek coming around turn one. Batek's going to try and fight back, but I think Usmanov will just have the better car here through this sector, although Batek is dangerously close, and that always scares the living shit out of me when I've Batek that close to me. But Usmanov has done well there, and he's gotten through. Pryor though all over the back of Batek. Scioto's just there too. There'll be Scioto's scuttle coming out of me, I think, at this stage. But Batek doing a phenomenal... Oh, why is it when I say he's doing a phenomenal job, that's on Batek, unfortunately. Jesus Christ. Back on Pryor. I don't think Pryor needs to even give that position back. Pryor should go on his way. That was not his fault. That happened because Batek then got off the brakes a little bit too early, hit the other car, and then it just was a ripple effect. So Pryor being an absolute gentleman there, but I honestly don't feel he needs to give that position back, and he gives the bit of a flash as well. Hazards on from Batek though. They're both happy with that. Personally, I wouldn't have done that there, but that's sorted out on track. Obviously, we do run software. We look through every single incident anyway. But, yeah. Fair play, fair play. Back further again, we've got Marco Alessandro Castell trying to catch up with Grevschmal. Both in similar machinery as well, so it's down to who's the bigger cojones, or can he force him into a mistake either? Also being the other question. At the minute, they're going nicely hand in hand, and we've got Stefan, who's just after getting the inside job done on Mr. Sherry Ranchtank. Ruining his name. But that's just how it is. Back on with Pryor, Batek, Krzyzewski, Wilson. Still about 1.5, 2 seconds on that. Why is Tito on the exit? Just sitting there. He's got another drive-through anyway, but I don't know why he's just sitting on the exit there. He needs to either get in the pits or get back out and enjoy the race. Oh, Wilson's had another moment. I'm assuming got a little bit sideways. No, I could be assuming wrong here. Was a contact. Oh, that was just super unlucky, but at the same time was able to keep it going. So quite a lucky uh, incident also. But at the same time, you don't be getting involved with that kind of stuff. Prior though, on Batek round 552, Stuart Pryor trying his very best in that Aston Martin liveried. Aston Martin versus Batek in that beautiful looking BMW. Is Red Bull inspired? I think the Beamer would probably have the beans on the Aston on the straight here. And it looks like, yeah, Batek's fighting another day. Krzyzewski and Wilson, similar situation. Aaron Holloway doing a great job with pressure of Pavlov, and he is running P4 at the minute. The only people to pit so far, and they've only one pit, is Vergo, Casale, Bartolucci, Shelby, Gallimani, and Friday actually hasn't. T. Dunn has pitted twice, and he'll be in the pits again, unfortunately for him, soon enough. As Slaven Go sets off a yellow flag. What's happened to you, Slaven? I just lose it, unfortunately. See, this is the thing with the Porsche. I honestly loved the car. It's great crack, but oh my god, when them rear tires go, it's a handful of a machine. Oh, and that looks on Friday. Dropped to the turn one. But he's back going now as well, and fair play. At least he was by himself when it happened. T-Done, second last corner. There's nothing around him, thankfully. He's struggling here tonight as well. I think a lot of people are struggling with the temps. It's now gone up to 39 degrees as well, so quite a hot track out there. Be interesting to see as Pavlov and Aaron Holloway. I would have said before, oh, the McLaren would have the beans on the Porsche now, but because there's the LFM bop in place, so just to give you a quick idea of that actually. So with the Nathan Warren has minus 40 kilos. That's why the Bentley is being as kind of competitive as it can be. There's 11 kilos added to Aaron's Porsche, 12 kilos added to the McLaren. The BMW gets an 8 kilo ballast. The Ferraris get a 7 kilo ballast. 2 kilos to the BMWs. What else is out there? Where's the Nissan? Didn't have a bop, so we couldn't actually give it anything. But yeah, so the bop is in place there as well. Always interesting. Actually, just jump back over this side of my screen. Nathan Warren, though, is still keeping in touch with Mr. Samuel Lambuga. Back further, though, Pryor, Wilson, Batek, Krzyzewski. There's a bit of crack happening here anyway. Pryor looks like he's taking back that position from Wilson. Great to see all these just fighting away. Not a care in the world. Wilson has the inside line on Pryor here, though. Pryor, though, going to get on that power a bit earlier, hopefully. Oh, no. Wilson gets that position. Pryor hits the sausage curb, slows him down. But lives to fight another day being the main thing. But now he is under pressure. A Slaven Go, by the way, is in the pits. Oh my god. Let's have a quick look at that from the helicam point of view. So Bo trying to abuse the brakes, get the corner, that's fine. Oh, the McLaren just got it wrong there and didn't give the room for Pryor. Unfortunately, not Pryor's fault. But Pryor lives to fight another day again. Pavlov, Aaron Holloway and Ambuga coming along. Nathan Warren's dropped a little bit off. Ambuga might have had a moment. Even with 40 kilo being took off the car, I just mightn't have the overall edge. Aaron Holloway is under pressure but doing a phenomenal job. And there you go as well. Top 5, 3 of them are Porsches, BMW and a McLaren. Then you have a Nissan and a Bentley. Absolutely love it. An M6 out there, I think, would make me day. As much as I love the Jag, I sincerely hate the Jag also. It's good fun to drive though when everyone else is driving it. You can all feel that pain together. It's a unique kind of car to drive. As Aaron doing a great job there. Back on with Wilson, fighting with Batek. Reinhardt as well, fighting with that's Wrench. Thanks to them two are still at it. Back further, Fabio Gallimani gets the job done on Grevishmal. Grevishmal looks like he just started out of the way, knew it wasn't his battle, and says, you know what, I'm not going to lose time, just get on with it. Get out of my sight. Which is also fair, I do respect that. So what I'm going to do as we're coming down to 25 minutes into the race, I'm going to pick a car to do a full on board with. So if you want to call out a driver who you'd love to see a full on board with in the race, please let me know and we'll do so. So if you want to get the comments in, let me know who you'd love to see in a full on board lap with. If not, then I will just pick somebody at random. So we'll give that a minute. I'll let hopefully you, the viewers, decide that one there. Now, while that was happening, I was just having a quick look at incidents, because we do run live incidents. So at the minute, there's 23 recorded, but that includes people going off by themselves and that, so we'll go through it all after. So it's not too bad so far, considering it's COTA, which is nice to see for a change. So look, I'm going to give Adam Friday the luxury, although he's not quite around as of yet. We're going to do a full on-board lap with Adam Friday. So I'm just waiting for him to come around to the start line. We'll do a full on-board lap and get into it. And just again, guys, I'm just going to throw it in during the stream. Well, I thought I was going to do it during the streams. Might let me know. There we go. Don't forget, Race for Dean, get signed up on Seto Hosting. We will, of course, put the link in the description of the video on YouTube, and it will be in our Discord as well. Here we go, Adam. Full on board lap. I'm going to shut up and let's enjoy. Good lap there from Alan Friday. I do love the onboards. The Nissan sounds awesome inside as well. As we are now down to nearly the hour mark. So 30 minutes in. The top 16 have not done one of their pits yet. And there's only 2 people that haven't done any pits. So the Greshmal and Jay Wilson haven't done any pits in the background there. I just started twatting the splits there. Forgot to put that on the overlays for you who's watching. So you have kind of a bit of a notion of what's going on. Obviously it doesn't update as quick as what I'm looking at, with it being the in-game one. But there we go. So Pavlov doing a good job there, and Holloway is doing a phenomenal job. I've got to give it to Aaron there as well. You know, he's after coming on leaps and bounds. As Batek's had a moment. Mr. Batek, what have you done? Oh, Jesus Christ. Lucky enough for Wilson, it wasn't too bad. Also, not ideal. Fair play to them, fair play. I was literally just shutting my window or my curtains across there, so there's just people seeing me talking to myself into a mic. Now we're on with Cashdale next. He's about 0.6 off Krzyzewski. Reinhardt is 0.5 off. So further up though, Pryor and Wilson having a battle still. As it looks like into the pits, Usmanov goes, Torito's gone into the pits as well. Grajmal is in the pits, so 3 people in the pits so far. Interesting. I would expect that to be the Splash and Dash to be mad to do a full pit stop as of now, but it looks like Usmanov has done a tyre change anyway. He's still stopped. Still stopped. Away 38 seconds. That was a long pit stop. It looks like Toretto is doing tyres. Jay Wilson's in the pits now as well. Gravishmov was definitely tyres and damage. 45 seconds stopped. Jay Wilson 18 seconds. Yes, Toretto's doing tyres. I think they're all doing tyres. How are they doing tyres twice? You can definitely get away with an hour here without changing tyres. So I would be truly shocked if there is people doing 2 sets of tyres. I just think that would be such slower strategy than just doing it once at 45 minutes in and then doing your splash and dash or keeping it there in case there was that. And because like there is no pit strategy, so you can pit in the second last lap and clear that pit stop. We learned by somebody else in the last lap it doesn't work. It was a great effort. That was Chico, I think 2 seasons ago, tried that move and it just didn't work out. Back on Batek is coming up with Renshank as well. Castell and Krzyzewski now with Aaron Holloway's down to 5th. He's lost a spot to Pavlov. He won't be happy with that one. But these things do happen, unfortunately. He's done a valiant job, though, keeping him behind that long. But now, can he stick with him is the thing, as Pryor is in the pits now. Batek gets back up into P12, but obviously still yet to pit. Pavlov and Holloway. Aaron's trying to come back at him. Aaron gets a beautiful exit there. Yeah, oh, that's the switcheroo if I've ever seen it there. Can he stay ahead? Aaron is absolutely not fearing the inside line when he sees that. The McLaren does coming back. He's in the slipstream, but I know that Porsche is animal on the brakes. Although he hasn't defended that one. Aaron is just not defending it. Aaron should have stuck to the inside line. There's nothing he can do there. He's going to sit it off. Aaron needs to get a bit more streetwise there. He needs to hold that inside line the whole way down that straight and not give chances like that. Aaron will be absolutely annoyed with himself there. Probably loving the battle though as well at the same time. He's trying a different line again. He gets on the power much earlier. Just too far behind. Aaron definitely though at the minute. It seems like he has the pace of Pavlov held off again. Pavlov hasn't exactly pulled away as you'd expect after getting by. Oh, Aaron much later onto the brakes there. The Porsche is just a super, super, super strong car. Aaron going on the inside. Now, is it going to be a bit of a cutback? Looks like Aaron Holloway is after getting the job done this time round. He has. Aaron has got the move done. That was a lovely, lovely, lovely late break. Tried to be a bit of a switchback there from Pavlov, but Aaron Holloway's done enough to keep that position there. That was absolutely fantastic stuff there. That's what we like to see in racing as well. Now Samuel is starting to get onto Pavlov here as well, so this might be good for Aaron as well, now that these guys have caught up. Because it might now put Pavlov under a little bit of pressure as well, looking behind him in that mirror, seeing that big Godzilla waiting on him. So that could have been a good thing for him also. And Constantine now. Look at that. Look at the speed of that Nissan. It's a charade. Just won't have the brakes or the grip, unfortunately, of the Macca. But it's an absolute beast in a straight line, that. Sciotto right behind there. Bartolucci further down. Fighting with Reinhardt. Then we've got Torito with Shelby also. Giuseppe Torito doing a good job there. But we're going to jump on with Ambuga here. Just kind of biding his time, but he also has a mirror full of Nate and Warren as well. So very, very fun battle here for essentially P4 down to P7. That's what we like to see. Good stuff there. Sciotto and B done now. Added as well. We jump onto an easier camera angle for there. Two Ferraris. Barely any noise coming out of them. I do find iRacing's Ferrari sounds a lot nicer than in ACC, to be fair. This battle's still continuing on here. And of course, none of these have pitted. And fastest car, though, in the speed trap, no surprise, is the Nissan. 266 kilometers an hour. Second fastest, it looks like it's joint between Nathan in the Bentley and Wilson and Reshank, and Bhutan in the BMW seems to be quite up there too. But yeah, that Nissan 4 kph faster than the second fastest car, so just a little interesting thing to see. Lovely jubbly, lovely jubbly. That's Andre Batak now is in the pits. I think this is for his second time. Or that's his first time, sorry, he's leaving the pits. So that was definitely a tyre change as well, looking at the times. Jay Wilson with Shelby and Toretto right at each other there as well. On the brakes, nice stuff, and gets the job done. Is he going to hold on to it though? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. Yeah, John does. Shelby though, side by side again. So this is a common theme throughout the race, but I think that should be the job done now. Lovely stuff. That's what we like to see there. Let me look up further. Ambuga and Pavlov are at it. Aaron Holloway is about a second off them, but Aaron got that corner massively wrong, so he's about 0.7 now. But look at this, Ambuga is under the pressure from Pavlov and Nathan Warren, so that just means that's a good thing for Aaron, because this McLaren is definitely not getting by this Nissan on this straightaway. There's not a hope of it happening. There's more hope of me growing a full head of hair again, and we all know that's not going to happen either. So flashes the lights there from Ambuga, not too happy. Oh Jesus, Aaron, what's happened to you? Let's have a look here. That was the back marker hit Aaron. Wow. 888. Bartolucci had caused that incident. Aaron won't be too happy with that at all, but he is now down at P7, so he's lost 3 positions from that one there. Still not the end of the world, but not ideal. So now it's Ambuga up in P4, Pavlov P5, Nathan Warren P6, Aaron P7, not too far behind Nathan. Then B done P8, and of course Aaron's going to have a bit of damage in the rear as well. Pryor now fighting with Batek. This is a battle that was for the P10s, 11s kind of area as well. So let's see what these boyos can do now. .7 off. Both of these guys have pitted once. Both have changed for tyres as well. Although Pryor actually pitted 4 seconds longer, possibly fixing a little bit of damage. So to be fair that he's that close is quite good. Now looking elsewhere with this going on, the COTA is coming out of the pits now. Pavlov is still fighting along there. Boutin is now, what, about 10.5 seconds off JS Mystery here, of course, leading the race. Supercharged motorsport driver. Doing a good job. He hasn't got much air in, so I feel kind of bad for him, but at the same time, that's what happens when you're in the lead of a race. It's just how it goes and how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But that's his first pit stop now. Interesting. Does Bhutan try follow him, or does he just go for that position again? And don't forget, Morris Bhutan won last week with a phenomenal drive in Watkins Glen. Did not take tyres and somehow held on and won the race. I don't know how. Absolutely amazing stuff. So Morris is staying out there at the minute. JS stopped in the box. I'm assuming, yeah, he's doing tyres because he's stopped so long. In the pits then, Pavlov is also, after coming into the pits, maybe possibly trying to get a bit of a jump on maybe Samuel. So Samuel might react to that next lap as well, because obviously if he's putting fresh rubber on as well, there could be a jump. So I would expect to see a little bit of movement there. And Pryor still doing a good job there, but I'm just going to keep my eye here because you've got JS Mystery coming out of the pits now. He will be out in P6 behind Aaron Holloway. He was stopped for 32 seconds, quite a good stop from him. Pavlov stopped for 32 seconds. Dunn is in the pits as well. So it'll be interesting to see what he stops at. Now, my interesting thing is, does this man go for a pit stop? Personally, if I was him, I would. Just to cut off anything there. Otto sitting in P2. Antonio, we haven't really spoke too much about you today. You just kind of had your own race going on, unfortunately, by yourself. I think the same as Morris. Just to give you a little bit of airtime there. Right ahead of him then is the Pryor Batak Battle Cashale, though. Also involved in this. Otto is going to be caught up with blue flags that are actually fighting each other for position here, which Otto won't be too happy with. But what can you do? It's not Formula 1. You're not going to be told to park your car to let someone by. They can let them by when it's safe to do so. Oh my god! I think Otto got caught off guard by that one. That wasn't too clear. Oh, I'm on with the wrong car. Oh. Yeah, I'll catch that again now. Oh. Otto's in the pits there, it looks like. Is Otto in the pits? Yeah, he is. As is Bhutan and Nathan Warren. Let's try and catch that again. Otto was number 77. Right. Yeah, it was just not the ideal place. Pretty much on the racing line there. Knew the cars behind. No indicator. That was just super unlucky there. Nathan Warren stopped as well. Back on now with Giuseppe Sciuto, who's fighting with Andy Podicott there. Otto won't be too happy with that, but at least it happened close to the pits. At least he can get the damage done, kind of damage limitation. As Morris Bhutan comes out, he is behind Aaron Holloway. Aaron Holloway still hasn't pitted, I was just wondering there. So Morris is behind JS Mystery, and by 10.3 seconds. So kind of where they left it off as well. Both of them stopped for the same amount of time there. Pit stop's getting busy. Polycott's in. Nathan Warren's still in. He surely should be nearly leaving. Yeah, he is. He's coming out of the pits now. Nathan was stopped for 39 seconds, so he must have had a bit of damage there as well. Otto was stopped for 43 due to that bit of a damage there. With the unfortunate back marker, just letting him by in the wrong place, nearly stopping on the racing line. But sure, it is what it is now. The damage is done in terms of mentally what a driver will be thinking in the race. Slavengo having a good race there in P12. And Slaven has already done the pit stop as well, so that is absolutely on merit, doing a good job. Samuel is leading the race in the Nissan at the minute. Of course, he will have to pit at some stage. Aaron Holloway is 3.2 seconds off him. I'm surprised he's not gone for it yet. He's really pulling out these tyres quite a bit. Of course, it's 2 mandatory stops here. Only 2 people have done the 2 mandatory stops. Everyone else is yet to complete that mandatory stops. Interesting. Tierto Bertolucci as well, having a bit of a battle. Andy Polycock comes out just behind Reinhardt after getting his pit stop done there as well. Andy's someone who I'm getting excited about seeing racing because he's improving week in, week out, really doing a great job. And gets the old fizz, as James when he says inside you going as well. Great to see these drivers developing and just getting better and better every race. And of course, this is a test of a track here. Now up to 41 degrees as well. We did start at 37 degrees. That's super, super, super hot. So the way they're managing the tyres here is phenomenal. I'm sure some might be crying. Aaron Holloway's coming out of the pits. Ren Shank's coming out of the pits. Aaron Holloway has stopped for 38 seconds, getting that rear damage fixed, I would assume, also. As he was unlucky, the back marker hit him when he was sitting in fourth. No fault of Aaron's. And Rashank in the pits. Last one as everyone else is gone. Okay. Cashel leaving the pits there. Back on McGrevschmal. Bartolucci, though, is fighting away. And in terms of positions gained, guys, most positions is actually for Renshank, who's in the pits at the minute. Renhart on track, 7 positions is gained. Ambuga, 5 obviously yet to pit. Scioto's up 4 positions. Biggest loser race, Pryor down 9 positions at present. But has a bit of a way to go. Stop go 30 for Aaron Holloway, drive through for S. Wilson as well. So Aaron is going to be fuming. Was it caught on this by any chance? No. I was hoping that the race control would have pulled in what happened with him. Obviously just too hot into the pits as Samuel is in the pits now. So my thing for him is, does he get out ahead of Night and Moron? But also, he was fighting with Pavlova for quite a while as well. Where's Pavlova now? This will be interesting. That's going to be a tight one. Does he get out ahead of Pavlova? That is the $2 million question. What I might try and do in a minute, I might pull Aaron when he's on a straight or when he goes into the pits to do the stop go 30 and do a live in-race interview with him. Drive through track limits now for Terito. They're all starting to pull in those penalties, and that's what happens as Aaron Holloway is now in the pits. So I'm going to drag him in here for a quick one. Aaron, just dragging you in live while you have a little wait there. How fuming are you right now?
Very.
Shit happens. Keep the head down though. But you were very unlucky though with that back marker rear ending you.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I saw as soon as he pulled into my line behind me. I knew it was... what can you do at that point? You have to brake for a corner.
No, I know you can't just go on. Yeah. Unlucky, but before all of that, you were driving an amazing race, to be absolutely honest. You're having a great battle with Pavlov.
Yeah.
But you're still, like, look,
what we can salvage.
But you can still salvage at least, I'm reckoning, a top 7.
Yeah.
Wilson's covering his drive through at least, so at least that's one position kept. You're going to see another few people that say ahead coming in for drive through as well, so that might come back to you as well later on. But I'm going to throw you back into the other chat because I don't want to be distracting you when you're driving.
It's alright. Yeah, I'll keep it going.
2 hands on the wheel.
Yeah.
Go on. Drive through just after coming in there for car 7. And I put him back in there because I just don't want to be distracting him too much there. Still a long way to go in the race, Aaron, so head up with that one there. And that is drive through for Car and Torito. So Cashale has a drive through as well. Otto is after getting right up close now to Sciuto. Now, the only thing is, or to Ambuga. Ambuga lost about 6 seconds there by staying out. That's the power of having fresh tyres. So Pavlov has pulled 6 seconds on him. And that's the difference between getting the undercut done or not. Normally not that strong. But on a track like COTA with the temperatures that are on the track this evening, definitely. Otto goes for a bit of a dive, but look at that. Oh, he gets it wrong and Mbuga had to get out of it. Fairgrow's in the pits there, so Mbuga has actually lost out now to Otto. Because he had to let off because Otto then got a little bit out of control mid-corner, let off the throttle, and that was enough for Otto or to Samuel to have to back out of it. Oh, drive through as well there now for Cashale again. Is it? Can't be. Back on Buga's doing well. Nathan Warren, though, is trying to eye up a move now on COTA. He's on the inside line with COTA here. Oh, lovely stuff there. He's going to have the straight line speed on that Fezza as well. Nathan Warren gets himself up into P6 there. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Lovely stuff there as Wilson in the pits as well as Virgo. Yeah, that's it. That's easily done there. That's the power of the Bentley. Although the Nissan of Mbuga is still about half a second off. So Virgo coming out of the pits down at the P19. Torito's in the pits now, serving that penalty. Wilson's in the pits. Grajemon's had a bit of a moment. What's happened to him? He's just lost it. Has he? He's just got himself out of shape and was getting out of the way of drivers then as well. It's fair play to him. Didn't do a silly rejoin or anything like that. Tip the hat to you, brother. I'd much prefer seeing that than seeing absolute murder with a bad rejoin. So thanks very much, Mark. That's absolutely top class awareness. I'm back on now with Aaron Holloway. Of course, was fighting for some amazing points, but unfortunately, due to things as Kuzesby gets a drive through as well. Car 17. As I said to Aaron, cars ahead are probably going to start getting them, and there you go. So Scuto is in the pits as well, just ahead. So he is only 3 seconds stop. So, you know, there's things that can come back from Aaron as well. Renshaw and Kuzesby. Then you've got Batek just behind. Pryor is about 2 seconds off that as well. Just out of the camera frame there. And then that is the drive-through. Carry through 1 lap remaining. So he needs to get in this lap. Otherwise that'll go to a stop-go 30. If I remember right, which you definitely do not want. And Kuzesby is into the pits now for his drive-through. Scuto is leaving the pits now. Aaron Holloway coming to the last corner. Holloway is going to get by Kuzesby. Holloway could get another position here from Scuto. It's going to be close, but I think he's going to get the job done. Scuto's only leaving the pits, yes. And Aaron is after getting through. So Aaron's back up into P13 now. And they all are still on having to do other stops. Aaron still has to do another stop. So that's a genuine position there. So at least that's something back. Of course, he wants a little bit more. Car 17 has cleared his drive-through. Pavlov now happy enough in P3. And Buga doing a phenomenal job there. But what I'm going to do another onboard lap. But I'm going to go in with our leader, JS, once he goes around. Because he hasn't got much air. And he's been having some great racing. Fast lap of the race, 206.602. Last lap of 206.877. So JS is super consistent. We're absolutely delighted having him on board. I'm delighted that the ACC Drive, not only sponsoring the league, they're sponsoring our team as well. And they've done a good deed there for the drivers over the weekend, which was also quite cool. So thanks very much to them for that. Now as they're going around, he's nearly around for the full lap that we'll do with him. As he's coming around here. And after this, I'm going to do another reminder of the race, but I'm actually going to read also a message in relation to that was actually sent. If I remember, Matty Gamble sent me the message, and I'm going to read it out here as well. So it's a post that Dean had actually put into ERA. So I'll read it out once we come back. So we're going to jump on board now, and I'm going to shut up. Sorry, I don't mean to be muted there. Just kind of showing off the race that's going on for Dean. That's happening on April the 20th. It is all about, you know, it's all about Dean for this. It's a celebration of sim racing and the community. He was diagnosed that he's only 3 to 6 months to live due to cancer. So it's a race that he wants to have with everyone and have a bit of fun. I'd love to see LFI getting a team in as well. Obviously, Supercharged are going to send across a team. We'll put the link to that in our Discord. I will also, I'll also help out as much as I can for that one there. And it just goes to show that communities, like any sim community, be it LFI, ERA, Amigos, Supercharged Motorsport, it's a little voice for a lot of us. And like what Dean's message he put into here was absolutely touching, but it was quite nice. And he put the message in not out of looking for pity, but out of appreciation for what sim communities are, and especially, you know, for him, that community. So I am just giving it a little bit of a push because I just think it's quite important, regardless of my own kind of personal thing that I would say every now and then, you know, you might get annoyed with people over certain things, be it, you know, a bad race or bad judgments, but at the end of the day, we are all human. But at the minute, Jay's doing a great job. I'm going to jump back on now with Fargo, with Polycott. But quite nice there. Polycott's doing just enough to get by. Aaron Holloway has surprised me even after his drive-through, or sorry, stop-go 30. He's still doing a great job in P9, even though he was rear-ended by a back marker as well when he was running P4. Doing a great job there. Let me see who else. Chris Tedder's in the chat. I'm going to rob him at some stage just to piss him off. I am opening up a can of Lewis Hamilton Monster. Nearly 20 to 10 at night, which is stupid, as I'm up early. But my throat is getting dry. And it's ice cold. Samuel doing a phenomenal job in his Nissan. And Nathan Warren's actually now 9.8 seconds behind, so quite a bit behind. And Virgo still there with Polycott. Polycott, though, has the momentum at the minute. Cashel still running in last, but doing a great job. I'm loving to see that there. Grev Small, and on Friday as well. I love the fact all these guys are giving it their everything here this evening. Of course, we have missed now. I think that's 2 or 3 drivers have retired. I think it was the other Dunn, I think it was T Dunn, not B Dunn, has retired earlier on, but he just looked like he was having an awful lot of trouble with the Beamer. Morris Boutin now is about, what, 15.8 seconds off JH Mystery. So, it's definitely spread out now. There is one more pit stop for quite a lot of them. Aaron Holloway has yet to do it, but S. Wilson has already done it. Kyoto has already done it. Ferguau. Nearly everyone in the back has already done it. And on Fridays had a moment. And what's happened, you, mate? Tires cooking. That's literally just tires cooking there. That's unfortunate for him. So he's back going anyway, which is the main thing. 41 degrees. It's starting to cool down slightly. It was at 42 at peak. The Batek DNF. No, Batek hasn't DNF'd. Has he been involved in a few incidents? Possibly. Actually, wait. Batek is DNF'd. I've missed that. Oh, where is Batek? Interesting. Let me have a look on my race control log. Oh, there was contact here. Let me see. Oh! And there was another incident that he was involved with here. That wasn't an incident. So Batek actually got murdered and probably rage quit then. But Batek did cause a murder to himself, Trevel, so one of those things. So Krzyzewski is in the pits. Usmanov is only 0.8 of a second off Fargo. And don't forget Usmanov, this is for legit position. They've both done their pits as well. Doing a good job. Sorry, I was just chewing it on a biscuit. As you do, as you do. Samuel's doing a phenomenal job. JS, though, in a league of his own today. 15 seconds clear at the minute. I'm surprised how much it's spread out. I'm wondering will the next set of pits put it back into contention again, because it's very, very spread out. Which is surprising. Also, Mr. Shrivel, how is things over in LFI? Hopefully all as well. Ooh, that was close. COTA is not bad, Andre. How dare you? COTA is a great track. I don't know why it gets so much hate. I really do not know. Oh. It's so much fun, this track. When are they going to pit? I know there's no pit window, but I kind of want them all just to pit so I know where the close battles are. Nice one. You're having another 2.4 this Friday. And if people who are watching this back might want to know where they sign up to race in a 2.4 with LFI this Friday, where would they go? And what track is it? I'm just waiting for Trevel to let us know where that's going to be. While we're looking at that, we'll run through a full look at each individual car. So P26, we have Marco Alexandro Corsal. Then in P25, we have Mark Grevschmal. In P24, we've got Adam Friday. In P23, we've Lena Shelby. P22 is Giuseppe Tarito. P21 is Luca Bartolucci. P20 is Gabriel Then we have Stefan Reinhardt in 19th, with John Wilson in P18, Fabio Gallimani in P17, Slaven Go in P16, Andy Policott in P15. We've Marco Vergao in P14, Ayrton Usmanov in P13, and Pavlova got himself a drive-through. Then we've got Giuseppe Sciotto in P12, Stephen Wilson in P11, or Stephen Wilson, Stuart Pryor in P10, Aaron Holloway in P9, Thierry Renschtank in P8, Barry Dunn in P6, Nathan Warren then in P5, the fucking legend in the Bentley. Then we've got Samuel Ambuga in P5 in the Nissan. I still love that car. Then we've got Antonio Otto in P4. Pavlova with his drive-through now will be P3 for about another 2-3 laps pop tops. Morris Booton, our newest sign up to the Supercharged Motorsport team that does endurances, and he might even cross over to the iRacing side. Our team is quite active in iRacing and actually in ACC. And JS Mystery, of course, another Supercharged Motorsport driver, leading the race at the minute. But we'll jump back into... Is there a close gap anywhere? Stefan and Pryor probably the closest. So Trevel's saying NFI is doing into 2.4 hours of Valencia this Friday. What time is it starting at, Trevel? And where do people sign up for this? So if they're not part of LFI already, obviously the link is in our Discord, your affiliated league. And of course the LFI time trials, if they haven't seen, is in our league as well. We have that running. Happy to support that and try and get more drivers in, and I hope more drivers do sign up. Looks like a bit of fun. I'm off on Friday, so if I'm free I might offer to do comms depending on the time myself, as it looks like a drive-through now. Is that for 83? It is. That is sick. That's his second drive-through, the poor dude. But keep it going, get the points. That's what it's all about. That's racing. You'll have good days and bad days. Ah, Stephen. This is becoming a closer battle here now. Sciutto and Wilson. .7 of a second now. Just waiting now to see when people are going to start deciding to do their last run of pits. We have a look here now. Wait to see what happens there. Session starts 7 PM UTC with 60 minutes practice followed by 20-minute qualifying. Then the 2.4 hours is a 144-minute race. That is class. And Trevel, where can they sign up, mate? Where can people sign up for this? It's Friday as well. I'm sure you'll get some nice people wanting to get involved here, as Wilson Sciotto now getting quite interesting. No, sorry about that. Just doing a bit of typing up. Can I drop the link to SimGrid? Of course you can drop the link to SimGrid Retrieval, for fuck's sake. And you can do it in the Discord as well. You have access to the updates and all that as well, mate. Absolutely. I have absolutely no problem with you dropping links in Discord, mate. You're an affiliated league. Absolutely zero issue with that. Pavlova needs to sort out that drive-through and get it done. It's going to hurt, but he needs to get it done. It's quite simple, really. He can't be holding it around too much longer. And there he is. This is going to hurt him. It is going to hurt him. But at the same time, it's got to be done. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit of typing done just to get that bit done. I need to add in one more thing. I do apologise. Called multitasking, guys. And that's done. Right, so Nathan Warren gets by in Pavlov. It comes out in 6th. So, do you know what? The drive-through wasn't too bad. To be fair about it, it could have been a lot worse. But you still will have to do another pit stop as well anyway. Okay, so Aaron Holloway and Renstank are starting to get a little bit tipsy with each other. Obviously, Aaron Holloway was running P4, and that P3 could have been his, so he'll be still biting at the bit to get some more positions, and that's up now to PA for Aaron. So that is a legit move for position. Yeah, as they still are yet to pit. So that was a genuine move there, so I'd say he's absolutely delighted with that one there. So there actually is a donating there as well. Actually, I'll add that. Perfecto. Right, so Aaron's going to stay ahead for now. Sciuto's ahead of that. I'm just going to get back into the swing of things here. It's quite gapped pretty much elsewhere, and Booga is close enough to Otto still, but no cigar, although this is getting quite close now. Pryor might lose out, and he does. Sciuto's got to move down now. The Aston might have a bit more beans coming down the main straight, so it'll be interesting to see. Does he, you know, he should be mad to go up the inside. He needs to get on that power and does trust the car. He got a bit more understeer. You see, the Ferrari was much more fluid through there, and you can see the Aston has lost a bit of a run out. It took longer for him to get that car ready for the power. Let's go to seal that position in there. I wasn't expecting that to happen, to be fair about it. So fair play to them. Fair play to them. So Pryor now about half a second off. Dropped out over the second now pretty much, so that's quite tough there now. Booten is 19 seconds off our boy JS, but look at this though. Samuel might have eyes on P3. He's less than a second off him now. And another thing about this, who'll be faster in the pit stop? It is 2 mandatory stops. They've all done one up to P6. Actually, no. Apologise, all the way down to P10 have done one. So this is going to be super interesting. Will they stop for longer or not? Everybody has took tyres. Every single driver has took tyres once. Let's see. With less than 6 minutes left, they do have about 2 laps to get that pit stop done, and they need to do it. If they do what Chico done and try to do it on the literal last lap, you will get 180 seconds worth of penalty. And it's definitely not worth that. So let's see what he can do there. So waiting for that to go around. It's 0.4 of a second off. This is massive. And do you know what it is as well? The Porsche does like to chew its tires. Although it could be feeling the pain. Although the track's dropped down to 40 degrees. It did start at 37. It peaked at 42 degrees. So it is slowly starting to drop back down as well. This could be super, super, super interesting. He's dropped a little bit back off this time. Prior though, looking to try and utilise Bhutan there to get by Usmanov, but Usmanov just stays ahead. For now, can he hold it on? We don't know. So register with LFI as well on SimGrid, guys, if you're looking for that race on Friday. Starts at 7 p.m. Just look up League Full of Idiots or LFI on SimGrid and it'll pop up there. And they are an affiliated league with us, or if you join our Discord, and you can actually see them in the affiliated links there. There's links to themselves, to Amigos, SSRI, Logistical Nightmare Racing, and then on the F1 side, you'd have Evolution Racing Academy there as well. Our racing. Oh, there we go. As Otto is in the pits now, Sambuca's going by. Now, this is the thing. How long does it? This should be a splash and dash. No more than 3 to 5 seconds stopped. Let's see. Let's see. So he was stopped for 7 seconds. That could cost him the podium. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Right, looking into this one here, and Holloway open P8 doing a phenomenal job also. Sorry guys, I'm distracted with people messaging me as well. Back up to 41 degrees with the track temperature. That's not good for if you're in a Porsche. Or Porsche. You want to be all posh about it. Aaron is being impressive after getting that mahoose of disappointment. Slav & Go hasn't got much airtime, but, you know, doing still a good solid job there. P16. Not too shabby. Shelby as well, P23. Not many Lambos nowadays. A lot of people have just avoided it. They jumped all over it when it was the meta car, and then the minute it's not the meta, they just got rid of it. You can really see some people are meta chasers, but the good thing about the BOP is I admire the likes of Anam Friday, who jumps into a different car every season, because why not? And I'm running in the Nissan Podium Hunters car at the minute. Absolute legend he is. "25 seconds left." Perfecto. Great job here this evening, and we are pretty much now coming on to the last of it now. JH Mystery is our race winner. Morris Booton coming around into P2. With Samuel and Buga and P3. He'd be delighted with that one. P3 in a Nissan GTR, huh? Where would you see it? Where would you see it? Absolutely love it. Then Nathan Warren in his Bentley will be P4, of course, now with JH after leaving, after winning. It looks like he'll be P3, but obviously that's P4 as they all cross the line. But look, guys, I'm going to say thank you to everyone. As Pavlov P5, Otto be P6, B. Dunn in P7, Aaron Holloway P8, Reshank in P9, Wilson P10, Scioto P11, Usmanov P12, and backwards there as a few people have left the server now, so I'll be giving it all wrong otherwise. The stand-ins I will have all uploaded tomorrow, and we'll do the shooting over the next day or so. But thanks everyone for watching again, and don't forget to get involved in that race for Dean on April the 20th. And I just want to wish everyone a happy Easter. Yeah, and we'll see you in next week racing. If you don't, you know, celebrate Easter, just have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. And thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of our community, and have a nice evening.